We're hearing about guys getting out in the field. So if you're out planting, we hope that you guys have good conditions, that you're able to get after it here as we kick off the start to the 2025 growing season. A week ago or so, we covered diversifying your cash sales strategy. When we're talking about our core third plan here at Prime Ag, we look at cash sales, look at option board positions, and we look at leaving stuff open. So we're going to talk about that fence position today. Keep in mind, everything we're discussing is for education and example purposes. Make sure you guys understand and know your own risk tolerance as we go through the information. Like I just mentioned here, as we break down our core strategy of a third, we're going to highlight, a potential option strategy for you to consider. We're going to use D's corn as our example. We're going to talk about using a corn fence today. It's a real simple strategy. So when we look at a corn fence, what we're looking at is buying a put and at the same time selling a call to help finance that put. The biggest trade-off here when you do a position like this is that by selling that call and collecting the premium, you are limiting your upside on the bushels that you put in a fence position. Keep in mind, if you do something like this with your elevator, they'll likely refer to it as a min-max contract, but it should work generally the same. So as we go over to D's corn here, this is the example that we have. You could consider looking at buying like a 450 put. It's going to cost you about 30 cents. And you might say, hey, that's a little bit expensive. That puts my price floor down at 420. So in order to help cheapen that up or to finance it, we'd sell a call at the same time. In this instance, we'd consider selling a $5 call and collect 20 cents. That now brings your net cost of this position down to 10 cents. Keep in mind, this is a marginal position when you sell that call. So you'll want to plan for a budget to allocate some margin money to your account. Let's go over to the charts here and kind of show you how this is all going to work out. As we look at this daily December 25 corn chart, we highlighted that put area in green. That's that 450 put that you're buying. And we're selling that $5 call up there where that yellow line is. Now, when we add in these dashed blue lines, when we talk about a net cost of 10 cents, this is where that comes in. So your effective ceiling price now becomes 490 and your effective floor price becomes 440. So again, compare that to just buying a put outright where your effective floor price was around 420. This is where fence positions can be attractive so long as you're comfortable having a marginal position in place. Here it is as we look at the weekly continuous December corn contract. As you can see, as we go back here into the early 2021 time frame, we haven't spent. I shouldn't say we haven't spent much time above 5. We have, but that's really kind of the tipping point. And that, in our viewpoint, we're really going to need to see some serious weather issues or major demand shift in order to get that sustained move above 5. As we zoom out here a little further and go to this monthly continuous chart, and we take this thing back all the way to 1990, you can see where it's worthwhile protecting that 450 zone and being okay with some bushels if we get sold up here at 5. Again, our bias here at Prime Ag as we head into the growing season is that without a major crop failure, this market probably is going to struggle to have a sustained move above $5. And we're not saying we can't go to 5.25 or maybe even visit 550 for a little bit, but you really are going to need a fundamental change in the balance sheet to see this market have that sustained move above 5. So when we're looking at a fence position, this is something that might be worth considering. As we look to wrap things up, like we said, first of all, the main point here is to educate you guys on how to diversify around that third option strategy. Some guys might like doing puts outright, or maybe you want to buy calls. Today, we decided to highlight that fence. You could consider allocating some of your bushels in your marketing program to a fence strategy. We like it because at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. You have a 450, 440 price floor. Okay, after the net, you got a 490 ceiling. You go out and farm, and you just kind of ask yourself, what can you live with? If you can't live with having corn sold around 490 to $5, this probably isn't a good fit for you. If corn gets above 5 and you've got some bushels sold and you're okay with that, that's where you can probably be comfortable putting something like this on. And again, just keep in mind that you're going to have some margin requirements that go along with this. Like we said earlier, for us to really get that sustained move above 5 that you've seen it in the past, you really are going to need some sort of crop failure or massive demand driver. And at this point, we're just not sure that that's going to happen. At the end of the day, our whole mantra here is to sell when we want to, not when we have to. What we would rather do when we consider an option fence position is know that we have our downside covered with the potential for some upside. Let the market move in and out without having to get emotional over some of the 10 or 15 cent moves that can happen here week over week. Go out and farm and see where things fall when we get to the harvest time frame. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. As always, we enjoy making the content for you. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you tuning in.